Welcome to RomWills Money Matters. Fitness businesses are becoming big. Now, I'm saying this not just as someone who's worked in quite a few gyms. Trust me, out of my 1,000 jobs, I lost count of how many gyms I probably worked in, and then add to that gyms I was just a member of. But fitness businesses are becoming big. I was thinking about that because where I live, they already have a signs up for a gym that is about to be built. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, there are a lot of like in my general area, there are a lot of gyms just by driving. I would say within 20 minutes driving time, there are several gyms. Several gyms. And then I'm about to have 3 gyms within walking distance. I already have two within walking distance. And then another gym. And that's not even talking about the gym on the property that I live on. I'm gonna tell you what, fitness businesses are becoming big. People are working out. Now, one issue with that is, let's just be real. Obesity is a big problem, especially in this country. There's a lot of people overweight, and there's a lot of people who need to work out. There's a lot of people who need to work out. So the gyms are becoming big. Indeed, one of the magazines I'll check out sometimes is a magazine that talks about different franchises. I'll shoot out the name, Entrepreneur Magazine. And they had so many gym franchises, gym, health club, fitness clubs, special boutiques, everything. And in fact, even when I'm talking about the fitness clubs that are in my area, there are actually a few yoga studios as well. People are working out. That is good business. Like I said, if you really pay attention, people eating all this fast food, putting on extra weight, and they have to lose it. I mean, it's either for they just like to work out or for health reasons. A good doctor will say, hey, you need to work out. You need to work out. And of course, on my channel, on my men's channel, I talk about body game, working out. That's very important. And indeed, I remember I had a consultation client actually owned a workout studio. He actually owned one. He was a personal trainer. He had a spot where he would train people. In fact, I think there's one of those in this area. I think there's one of those. I hadn't had to stop any personally. But I'm gonna tell you what, that's a big business. I mean, I'm saying becoming big, it's been big for a while. Used to be, you couldn't find any gyms. I remember when I was younger, I remember one place I lived, you had to do some traveling to get to a gym. Now they're almost ubiquitous. They becoming, well, depending on the area you're living in, they could be the equivalent of a barber shop or a tattoo shop or a liquor store. You can find them all over. And indeed, if you have a business like that, you can actually make money. Like a basic business that you can do is becoming a personal trainer. You can actually have a business that way, and you might either be able to get your own spot, get some equipment, and really getting the equipment isn't too much. Really getting the equipment isn't really too much to do. Indeed, where I live, I remember there was a gentleman who had his garage door open, and he had nothing but weights in there. Now I don't think he's still there. I haven't seen him around. He might have moved, but he could probably train some people right there. Indeed, you have some trainers, they'll go into a regular gym and training people, even though they're technically not supposed to. But then you might have some other trainers, they'll talk to the gym, maybe give them a cut and still be able to train people. And even when they're working for a gym, they kind of independent contractors in many great ways. Yes, they getting paid from the gym, but then they set up their own clients. And then when you're talking about fitness, when you're talking about taking yoga. Now, yoga, unfortunately, in this country doesn't get into more of the spiritual aspects of it. And I might have to talk about more about that on my Deep Thought channel. But there's that fitness aspect to it. Many people will get into yoga for the fitness aspect when they get into something like hot yoga. And there was a studio about that nearby, hot yoga. And near that place is another gym. We have a ton of gyms nearby, but it's big business. It's big business. If you're someone who feel like they can train individually or maybe even just own the gym, and that's something I've thought about too, maybe just getting a place and owning it. Now, it takes a lot to get into it. You might have to have showers. I'm saying you might. There's some gyms out there, they just have you work out and then you just go home. And they get away with it. Whatever the case. I mean, because there's a CrossFit studio. Well, that's a little bit of driving for me. But just a little bit though. And I mean, they have a ton. And indeed, one fitness business, and I knew this guy, he used to be a salesman at a gym. And I found out he was actually training people outside. Like you have these running clubs and people exercising outside. There's a group I follow on IG, and they actually be doing yoga outside. I mean, whatever that you have, if you can train people, if you can do group exercise, maybe outside, something. But people are looking for it. People have a desire for it. Like I said, you have a lot of people who need to lose weight one way or the other. So you have the running clubs, fitness clubs, exercise clubs outside. Outside, they not even concerned about getting a space. That's how deep it is. But it's something that's becoming big. It's something you might want to consider, especially if you go in hardcore. Indeed, I know a young man, he had just got into it, and he's had a couple people say he should be maybe get into personal training. He's had a couple people, so we'll see what he does. Hey, shoot, I'm one of them. But they're becoming very big. It's something people want to take in consideration. Like I said, the area I live in, there are more gyms. Let's put it like this. If I were to hit every single one, it would take me a few weeks. And that's just within my area. So that's big business. And like I said, that's really big as far as getting a franchise, or something like that. It is really big. So fitness businesses, really look into it. All right. So that's all I have for today. Y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money.